Yes. Yes. Yes, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast Podcast. As always, I am your host, Justin, and I'm here with my fellow co-host today, Matt. Colby is MIA. He is watching American football because he is a loser. Matt, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. It was good to get your nice intro once again.
Thank you, man. I do try, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's literally what people are here for, and then they just lay it down over. Like, they hear me say it, like, I'm good, and they're done.
Yeah. No shade to Colby, but he just doesn't have the same effect that it has.
No,
Yeah.
you guys, I listened to the episode. I was very entertained. You guys did great. The sign-off, Colby was, like, mid, like, you from here, and then just, like, cut off. So I was like, oh, come on, Colby. You can do a little bit, but I thought you guys did great. You championed it through. It was good.
Good.
So yeah, let's get into it. So I missed the Puma King, so we're just gonna hit rapid fire on some of the main things. I missed the Puma King. It looks fantastic, even though it's that Arsenal like Highbury colorway. 10 out of 10. No notes. Super excited. I am like you, Matt. Though I will probably wait 2 months when there's 40 colorways, and I'll get them on sale.
Yeah, I think Puma has like completely ruined betting boots for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait until I find a color that I like, and then I might even wait then and be like, it's gonna go on sale in like a month, like who cares? So we'll see. But I think I am gonna get those at some point.
See, it's the frustrating part, but also the really good part, because it's like, if you don't love a colorway, you're never like stuck. You're like, eventually the colorway I want will come out. Like, it will. They'll hit every color of the rainbow.
For sure. Or they're going to hit like a variation of white with some colors for like 5 straight colorways. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I thought you guys did great. The new Tiempo Maestro, the more photos we've seen I've seen Phil Foden in it a ton. Looks fantastic. Really interested to see. Now, I kind of mentioned this in the group chat earlier. I don't know if you saw it. But it's funny to me that the brand that kind of came up with like boots by position, is like,
oh yeah, I did see this
gospel. Kind of like, these are like, if you're a defender, you wear this. If you're a midfielder, you wear this. They've put like a lot of more attacking minded players in the Tiempo, and they're kind of like, who cares? Like, whoever wants to wear the boot can just wear the boot. And it's so funny that the brand that like came up with this concept and championed it is kind of like, fuck it. Like, who cares?
They're like, you want to wear it? Here's a Tiempo. You want to wear it? Here's a Tiempo. And
it's crazy too that Foden of all people is in it, because he was like so married to the GX1 for so long, and then now with the Phantom 6 basically being the GX1 again, it is crazy to see him kind of switch over.
Exactly. Like, I think I would have understood it more if they still had the GX2 coming out, and like he was still wearing that and then switching over. But yeah, I was very surprised to see him specifically switch over. But I will say also, like, every picture of this Tiempo Maestro that comes out does look better and better and better. So it is getting more and more exciting, I will say.
Yes, I agree. And then finally, I think they technically released the week that we did not have a podcast and I wasn't here last week. But the football gal put out her colorway with the Adidas Predator 25. Dude, no notes. I think that might be colorway of the year for me. That thing is fantastic.
Yeah, the day this came out, I made a post on my story, if anyone saw, and this release specifically is like so frustrating, because if it came out anytime during the first half of the year, before we got the 26 leaks, before we knew when the release date was, all of that stuff, I think this sells out instantly.
Oh yeah, I think it has sold out now.
Yeah, I think now it's officially sold out. But yeah, I agree. It's at least top 3 Predator colorways this year, at least. Easily. It's fantastic.
It is, and it's funny too, because I thought it was so, in some ways, so genius of Adidas to be like, you can get rid of the big Adidas logo on the tongue, like this. I agree. Like, do whatever you want, and it is a very kind of artistic boot. But that's the thing for me. Like, this is one of those boots where it's like, obviously you can wear them, they can play in, but like, I want to look at that boot. Like, I want it to be on display, like a piece of art.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a collector's item
for
sure. Like, if I was going to get that, I'd be like, I'd put a shelf here, and then I'd put on the shelf back here with my other boots that I don't wear anymore.
Yeah.
which sucks because I feel like, yes, this comes earlier in the year. I think people do buy it to collect or they buy it to wear and they have it for the full year. But with everything we know coming with the Predator 26, I think it's tough to justify this, especially if you've already gotten multiple Pred 25s in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it does suck timing wise. But if you got a pair, that is going to be one to remember for sure.
Good on you. And it's super cool. I don't know if you saw, I think it was last week's episode of the Football Hour over on Boot Wizard, but he got his pair signed.
Oh yeah, that is.
He reached out to her. She watched
awesome.
the pod and she's like, "Hey, thanks so much." And he got a signed pair, and I'm like, "That's sick." That's like the only way to level up that art. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is very true.
No, yeah. So okay, let's get into this. Pred 26. We have been seeing leaked images. We've been hearing whispers through a couple of our chats, everything, yada yada yada. But now we have seen like borderline official images. We've seen the gunmetal one, inspired by like the gunmetal mania.
Yep.
We've seen, I think it's like Immortal DNA or something. Very classic Pred, like black, white striking elements, red tongue, and then I don't know what the other red white colorway that looks super cool and very Pulse-like is, right? But we've seen them.
Yep.
Well, I want to hear some of your thoughts now that we've seen like some really good images of these. What's going through your mind? How do you feel kind of about as the 25 is on its way out? We have the 26 coming in. Like, what's going through your mind as a consumer, as a fellow lover of the 24 and 25?
So when we first started seeing pictures of this, I was a little bit skeptical because it did seem like they were taking a bigger jump away from what we got with the 24 and the 25, specifically with the upper. It looks like this is now, quote unquote, I just said it again. I did it last week like 3 times. This is more of a knitted upper or some type of knitted mesh-based upper, stepping away from the previous hybrid touch, which some people probably love, some people probably might hate, but it did look significantly different from the first leaks. I will say with these newer, essentially, I guess, like final product pictures that we're getting from this, it does look definitely more sleek and more similar to at least the shape of the 25s and the 24s. But it does look like we are getting 2 different uppers with this, or at least materials, I should say.
Materials on the upper? Okay.
And it looks like if we're going to point one out that probably has the most prominent looking design, the red and white one specifically, where the white is, it looks like we might be getting a different material in comparison to where the red is on the rest of the boot. So what do you think?
Okay, so I'm going to use kind of like the red, and I'm going to try to throw these on screen, man. The red and white colorway, because I think it kind of shows your old keyword, the design language a little bit.
Design language, yeah.
So what I'm thinking that they're going to do is where the white area is going to be some kind of synthetic hybrid touch-ish whatever, right? But I think they're going to almost kind of hollow that out and carve it out so it'll have enough structure and support, but it'll basically be enough to hold you but not so rigid, right? Like the 24-25. And I think where the red area is, there's going to be some kind of knit / coating whatever on that material, and I think it's just going to be super aggressive and like rough textured. I think that's kind of what they're going for, is like a texture feeling, because it looks like the grip elements are also not so much raised rubber. It looks like it could be something else. So I think like whatever that material is might also go with the red material, kind of like where they used like rubber spots on the original LZ. I think that might be kind of what they're going for again.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think the red is essentially going to be the grip portion of the boot, and then where the white is all going to be like structure stability.
Yeah.
So I think I'm with you there. I think it still is very tough to try to comprehend what the grip elements are going to be without kind of knowing what the technology is yet, or knowing kind of the background that we're surely going to get once these come out. But it does kind of almost give off like a sandpaper vibe to me.
Yes.
Like a very, very like slimmed down sandpaper. It almost reminds me of, okay, this is a weird pull, but I have AirPods that I got like a while ago that didn't stay in my ear, and I found this product on Amazon that's supposed to you're supposed to put it on the AirPods and it grips your ear, like the skin in your ear better to stay in, and it like uses this technology based on like gecko like fucking fingers or something. I don't know. Okay. Just stay with me.
It
sounds crazy.
I'm with you.
I think this is like very similar technology. I think it's going to be a new technology they created that provides grip without providing extra bulk.
Okay.
And whenever it comes out, it might be similar to that. It might be just visually similar. But I think we're going to get something brand new, but it's still going to provide kind of the amount of grip that we got before, if that makes sense.
I also think it's their answer to grip knit.
Yes,
like,
I would agree.
When like Fly Knit came out, then Adidas had Prime Knit. It was like, okay, it's their version. This is what I think. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like yarns, individually coated. Like, I don't know about all that. But it just like you said, like they've gone with some kind of sticky, texturized material. It appears that looks like it can do it in a slimmer fashion overall.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't need all the bulk of rubber. Like, even though as a Pred head, I love the rubber, not everybody does.
Yep, it's definitely a preference for sure. And that's why the most bought and exciting boots in the last 2 years have been the GX2/Phantom 6 and the Pred 24 and 25.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And now, well, we kind of mentioned it before we hit record, but all three of these colorways, absolute bangers. I'm fine with all three. Like, if you give me one or the other, I'd be totally fine. I don't care. I think they all look fantastic.
At this point, I saw all of these coming out. I'm like, I don't even care what the launch colorway is. I think I'm just going to get whatever comes out first or whatever is readily available first. But yeah, I completely agree. The only like slight thing that bothers me about the black colorway is that it does look like it's more pinkish red than just red.
Okay.
Which I think most people aren't going to give a fuck about. But like the very, very niche Pred heads might care more about, but at the end of the day, it's red. It's better than what we've gotten in the past. So
yeah. Well, okay. So while we're on the topic of the past and what we've gotten, Nike just put out their Deja Vu pack, right? Or their Deja Vu. It's not even a pack; it's just the Mercurial. I don't think it's the Superfly. I think it's just the Vapor.
Just the Vapor. I'm pretty sure.
Like, super. Like burnt orange. It has like this golden orange rimmed bottom.
Yeah.
And it has the big good swoosh that everybody loves on the toe, and then it's got the gold Mercurial M on the heel.
Yep.
I think it's a very Mercurial boot. Like, that's the colorway. It's the best way.
Honestly, best way to say it.
It's just if you're a Mercurial fan, I think it hits all the right boxes for you. To me, it still seems to struggle with what the Cosmic Speed does, where it has that weird layer thing that covers all the grip knit, so it becomes very slick.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think if you're a Mercurial fan, you'll love this colorway. Like, I think it's a tasteful colorway. But, and again, in a sea of orange boots, you just put out another orange boot.
Yeah, it is tough. I do agree with you. I think you said it the best. If you're a fan of Mercurials, this is kind of your boot.
Yeah.
But it's based on arguably one of the worst Vapor/Superfly designs we've gotten in the past, I don't even know how many years. With that big ugly M.
Yeah.
They did change the Nike logo to like the typical Nike like swoosh spot, which is better than, because it's based on the Vapor 12. And that's where it had like the toe box Nike swoosh that was weirdly placed. Yeah. But it does it better. I'll give you that. And I like the gold accents, like the touch of gold it has on the toe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a weird release. I don't understand. It came out of nowhere. I feel like no one really knew about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that this could be like Nike's new form of Cosmic Speed or what was the one before? Dream Speed? Or do you think this is just the one-off? Like, do you think it'll be Deja Vu 2 and it'll be a retro-inspired colorway?
I kind of hope so, because I don't think anyone really, one, understood the Cosmic line.
Yeah.
Cosmic Speeds and whatever. And two, I really don't think they were as popular.
Yeah. I think the first one was. That was it.
Yeah. And, I mean, I guess those are the ones that were like all one color, right? And then we had the black, we had the white, and then the multicolored one or whatever.
Which one is white? No, I remember the black one, and then we had the one where like the Vapor was like the orangey color, and the Superfly was like the bluish green. Those are the ones I remember.
Oh, okay. So what am I thinking
You're
of?
thinking of the Air Max.
Yes. Okay, I'm thinking of the Air Max ones. See, there's
Max.
been so many fucking limited Mercurials. But this kind of gives me that vibe. Like it's not taking from like an old shoe, it's just taking from an old cleat, which I think fits better. And
yeah.
if they continue with this being kind of like their limited series, like I think it's the one, I think it makes the most sense out of everything they've done with their limited Mercurials in the past. So
yeah.
I'm kind of for it.
I think too that this is like I think in a way too, like this would be better, I think overall for them to release than like specific Vinny colorways or specific Mbappe colors. Is like they've been doing is like, hey, some of the big Mercurial people like wear this color. Like Fede Valverde is still wearing the whiteout, Air Maxes, and then Vinny had I think the black ones, and Mbappe had the gray one. Like do it like that. So it's like that way, because like you can't use Ronaldo anymore, right? Like realistically, that would be the best person, because it's like he wore the old one, like oh my god, deja vu, he's wearing the new one, but he's just like he's past it. Let's be honest. So I think that's the best way to do it, is like the guys that are coming up. It's like here's your that, which was what the Dream Speed was, like the next gen.
Yeah, and I honestly think sales wise, it would be significantly better just to like have these random limited editions come out, and each player kind of gets to shine in one of these limited editions. Like Vinny gets one, the next one goes to another player. I think that makes so much more sense than just giving everyone like their own signature colorways with their names and stuff on it. Because like, let's be honest, like yes, Ronaldo, yes, Messi, they're gonna obviously bring sales when it comes to like signature boots, but the other players at the end of the day, like if you're not a fan of that player, you're not gonna buy his boot. But if you just put this player in one of these limited boots without putting their name on it, then it's like, okay, just because he's wearing it, you could still get it because it's not his boot. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think the big thing it comes down to is, as a grown man, I have a hard time wearing a boot with another grown man's name just plastered all over it.
Yeah, that's the simple way of saying it for sure.
Yeah, I think it seems a little more tame, and it's like, okay, I don't feel as weird wearing that.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll give an example. These recent Mbappes I actually really like, but in my head, I just can't buy a Mbappe boot. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
That's fair. I respect it. But one person's boot who I could buy, because their name isn't slapped on it, but their logo, is a pair of Nike Phantom 6 Elite Lows. Kobe Bryant colorway, right? So they call it Black Mamba, whatever, big respect to him. But this is a white base, black grip knit upper, and I think the really cool thing is, and me and you had talked about this I feel like it's months ago. You sent them to me. So the grip knit side is normal, awesome, okay, cool. But then you get on the fly knit heel side, and it has like the crocodile snake skin pattern that Kobe had on a lot of his Kobe's.
Yep.
This is done. And then on the tongue, the little lip of the tongue, it has the Kobe triangle logo.
Yep.
Go, take it away, man. What do you want to say? Because you've been after these for a minute.
I feel like I saw these and everyone still thought they were fake. For like 2 months, everyone's like, oh, those are fake. Those are fake. And, I was just hoping they weren't fake. And it looks like they're not fake now. It looks like they're coming out, which is super exciting because I was a big fan of Kobe growing up. I tried playing basketball. I'm not tall, so that obviously didn't work out for me. But when I did, I always wanted Kobe shoes. Like that was kind of like what I wanted when I was a kid. So stylistically, these are beautiful. They kind of like pull in all the elements of Kobe's basketball shoes throughout the years, but also like fit the exact design language of the Phantom 6. And it's just a good looking colorway. It's probably one of the best colorways for the Phantom 6 since it was released, which is kind of a crazy statement.
Which is crazy too, because it's so minimal and so muted.
Exactly.
It's black and white. Like, could we get any more plain and boring? But it's perfect.
It is perfect.
It's perfect. And I saw like the little logo, because I've seen it on the heel too. It has like that black iridescent oil slick colorway, kind of like the Cosmic Tree did. Just like chef's kiss. Like a chef's kiss boot. Like, good job.
Yep. Yeah, this is one that where I will get FG. If I have not bought it, yeah, I won't have a choice, I'm pretty sure. But if I have not gotten a Phantom 6 yet, by the time this comes out, I will likely just get this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one. This is very good. I like it. Now, a boot that I want to talk about because it hasn't necessarily had kind of it had its time where everybody was super excited, and then it kind of died off. But now with this colorway, I think it could bring excitement back. But I'm also worried is Nike is doing another Vapor Regen, okay? But they're doing the R9 Brazil, I think it's the Vapor 3 colorway, right? So the yellow one with the green heel, okay? So I want to get your opinions on this because Scudetta has recently put out their Brazil colorway. So yellow with the green is the exact same. But with the reception and everything we've talked about with the Vapor Regens, it's like I said, everybody's hyped about the R9 silver ones. And then the hype just died off. And everybody's like, oh, the heel looks terrible. You know, they're not that good. So where do you kind of stand on this? Like, I know you're not the biggest Vapor person anyways, but like, are you excited that they're doing something like this again? Are you like, they've totally... Because the old one was the Vapor 1. This is the Vapor 3, so I don't even know if it's going to be the exact same components. But, like, where do you stand kind of with them redoing this, especially after Scudetta has kind of stolen the colorway and kind of the limelight of it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's, like, you have to assume they had this planned before they knew that Scudetta was going to come out with theirs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, oh, when another brand kind of, like, brings your boot back and does it arguably be better.
Yes.
Like that has to sting. Like that has to sting. Like I would have just scrapped it. Honestly,
Really?
If I saw Scudetta come out with that, and everyone knows essentially the Scudetta at this point, how it performs, how good of a boot it is, hear all the feedback about your regens and all the colorways not selling. Like I couldn't put a boot out that is essentially resembling now what has already been kind of brought back with Scudetta and have it be worse, and then it's just like hope people are going to buy it. Now, if it was the Vapor 1 regen, like let's say they actually brought it back as a Vapor 1, gave it the same kind of upper material, but based on that Vapor 1, I honestly think people would get excited again. But for the fact that it seems like they're bringing it back with the same exact upper as the previous regens, right?
Yeah.
It just seems weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, it's hard because, again, like, I get it. Like, it's the R9 colorway. Everybody loves this one. And it is exactly 20 years, you know, since he's worn it. Because I think it'll come out for this next World Cup, so 26, 2006. But I agree. Like, it's really hard. Like, hey, guys, this other brand on that's kind of small, but, like, everyone did this colorway, and everybody loved it. But then, like, here's this boot that, like, we want y'all to love, but we don't really think y'all will. In a colorway we know y'all love. It's kind of like, is it, like, I agree with you. I'm like, is it worth doing if it kind of almost, in people's way, like, ruins what the original was?
Yeah.
You know, because, like...
Yeah, it's weird.
With the new 26, we have the gunmetal coming out. Clearly the Mania, you know, colorway. Makes sense in my head. But yeah, with this one, I'm just like, hopefully they'll figure out something with Fly Touch Plus and can tweak this Vapor 3 upper from the Vapor 1 and iron out those kinks. Because, like, that boot, I think, can be fantastic, but it definitely needs some love.
Yeah, they just need to fix the heel. I don't know. Like, it sucks because I know what they were trying to do. Like, they're like, obviously, the Vapor 1 is an old boot and had a very weird heel. Mm-hmm. So they were trying to make it more modern, but it just, like, they went complete opposite. From that.
Swung too hard the other way.
Yeah, completely too hard. And I think in my previous statement, I flipped the 3 and the 1. But yeah, I think the 3, honestly, is probably a more standard heel in comparison to boots nowadays. And I think it would just translate better to do it that way, design-wise. Okay. But with this Fly Touch Plus upper.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think that would be a better remake than what they currently did with the Vapor 1? Or do you think it's going to be the same no matter what they do at this point based on the last that they probably have to use?
I'm going to say, I mean, Okay, here's the thing that I think it's going to depend on. If the next gen Merc is out, because I think that the last of the current gen is kind of what mess with the
fair.
Like, I don't think in their head they thought that heel was going to be acceptable or was going to come out the way that it did with the first vape.
True.
Regen vapors. So I think if the 17 comes out and then they can push this out for the World Cup, I think it could be better. But as of right now, I'm kind of like, well, if it's going to be on the Vapor 16 kind of last and everything, I think it might be more or less the same. Because I don't see them using like knit like they do on the Tiempo to replace it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think they're kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm like speculating about like an iPhone right now. Like the next gen I'm like, oh, what are they going to do? But it's just kind of like, we don't really know.
That is true. That is also like, it makes me wonder too. You think by the time they were getting the feedback about the heel for the Vapor 16 or Vapor 16, do you think the Phantom 6 was ready in production to the point where they couldn't update it? Because honestly, you look at them heel wise, very similar heels. I do think the overall fit and feel in the Phantom 6 is a little bit better, but yeah, it kind of seems like this like wide mouth bass heel kind of carries over.
Yeah, well, I think that there's something that may have happened in production wise because like, do you remember when the GT1 and the GT2 came out and everybody complained like the heel like dug in and it had a weird, like there was something wrong with the heel. And then later on, Nike was like, yeah, something happened with like the whatever they were using and it got like warped and bent and like it ruined it. I wonder if that's something that happened with the early colorways of the Vapor, the Phantom 6s, and the Regions. Like something went wrong and it's like, it's too late. Just get it out there.
Yeah.
Like we can't fix this. Like it's too late.
Which is crazy for a company like Nike to say, but doesn't not surprise me at all.
Yeah, and I also think because of how boots work nowadays, we'll never have like a Superfly 1 situation where like the boot was exploding and Nike's like, just get rid of them. We gotta fix this. Like I don't think because pro players get such custom boots anyways. Like they
like
if you that issue.
Yeah, if you see a pro's like something happened with a pro's pair of boots, it's almost never going to be kind of exactly what you get, with the one caveat of the Puma Future 8.
Okay, we're not going to talk about those, okay?
But we're not going to talk about the 8s.
We're trying to keep this as a good, happy podcast. We don't want to talk about that Future 8.
True.
So that's where we're at. And then the last thing I want to talk about while we're talking about Sokito is the other week they put out a statement. I don't think I've ever seen you as excited. You're like a kid on Christmas. They have officially launching their AG plate for the Scudetta.
Finally.
At like mid-December?
December, it says pre-order is now available currently.
Okay, so you can pre-order them.
You can pre-order them. I think you can get it in the US. It's not been confirmed fully yet how that's going to work, but if you go to the US version of their website, you can now pre-order them from the US version of their website.
Okay.
So, it says it will be shipped on or before December 15th.
Okay.
So that's kind of the timeline at this point.
So hopefully in time for Christmas, everybody will have their AG Scudettas. The plate, it looks very fucking AG to me. Like it looks like a Mizuno AG, like a shit ton of mini studs, which I think is what everybody wants realistically.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people are like comparing this to a Mizuno plate, but then also assuming that means it's bad because Mizuno's AG plate recently has gotten a lot of kind of criticism.
Yeah.
Which, it's the comparisons right now that are being made to this plate are all visual. So I think people need to take that into account. Yes. Visually, this does very much look like the Mizuno AG plate visually.
Yes, visually.
Which is a good thing because the one good thing about Mizuno's AG plate is the studs, the length, and the placement. All of that they did right. Their only issue is they decided to use like plastic made from butter. Yeah. And it just folds and forms to whatever the hell it wants to when you're wearing them. So like take that with a grain of salt. Like even Mizuno's plate, with all the criticism, it's still a good AG plate. It's just probably the most flexible sole plate I've ever worn. And if you're okay with that, then great. It's probably going to be one of your favorite boots. I'll be completely honest. I still wear my my Neo 4 AGs a lot. Honestly, I've been wearing them more lately now on like, fields that I actually need an AG play and it isn't just like a preference thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I still enjoy them. Yeah, I wish there's a little bit more spring, a little bit more support, but they're not, detrimental.
Yeah.
But with the Sakitos, it does seem like it's exactly the same sole plate design wise. It's only the studs that have really changed, which is a really good thing because that sole plate is fantastic as far as springiness, snappiness, and just the way it feels underfoot. It was very good.
Okay. So be on the lookout for that, guys.
Yeah. It does look like the studs are pretty short though. So if you're
Yes.
looking to kind of use this on both FG and AG, it might not be the boot.
I don't think it's going to be an FG AG boot. I think it'll be it works perfectly on AG, wet or dry, whatever condition AG, but that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like wearing a turf boot. Like turf works on AG, it works on turf. You can use it on FG, but like you can slip, you can slide, you can do whatever. Like it's just not made for that.
Yeah.
Which
Luckily,
is fine.
Yeah, totally fine. And luckily, Sakitos are cheap enough where if you need an FG option, just get their FG and get both.
Buy both. You will not be disappointed.
No, you
that
won't.
is a fantastic boot. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have this week, Matt. Do you have anything you want to add?
I have one thing. I actually want to get your opinion. Colby and I talked a little bit about these leaked boots last week, and
Okay.
I would love to kind of get your second opinion here. We've recently seen kind of hidden under the radar 2 leaked Adidas leather boots coming out. Apparently soon, but we don't have confirmation on them yet. It's called the black. There's not like a name, but it's black copper leather Predator and leather F50. It looks like it's going to be the 25
Okay.
and the current F50, and it's essentially just a leather version of the F50 standard version.
Is it like the one that's supposed to go along with Champions League or whatever? Like it has like the
I think it has some type of
animals or
Champions
whatever?
League affiliation. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you
What's your
opinion on them?
Yeah, what is your thought? What do you? Obviously, we've seen leather Preds,
Yeah.
so I'm sure that's not going to change. But specifically with the F50, does this excite you? Are you concerned? Don't you give a fuck? What are you thinking?
Okay, exciting, yes, because I think when you do multiple options with an asilo, I've always thought that's good. Like I think like let's go back to 2014. Leather F50, synthetic F50, like great choices. With the Pred, it's not as exciting just because it's black. The Obsidian Strike was also black, so it's kind of like okay.
Yeah.
You didn't get people with the Obsidian. I don't think you're going to get people with black and copper.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I think that's cool. Like, I think that this current gen of F50 needs some kind of help. And again, like, I think it's a subdued colorway. I don't know if it's going to sell hot just because most people don't like black boots nowadays. Just predominantly black boots. But hey, maybe if this is one of those ones that kind of sells very well, it will entice the brand to be like, hey, we need to do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, people clearly, like, again, I know people say, like, oh, it doesn't work. Like, I think voting with your wallet does work with these kind of instances. Like, I think if the Rotero didn't do well, and then especially the Beckhams after that, I don't think the Obsidian Strike exists.
I agree.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I also think that the Obsidian Strike didn't do that well because it doesn't have a newness to it, right?
Yeah.
The Rotero, I think the Rotero did great because it was a cool callback and it had the ball, but nobody really knew it was leather until you got it, and then word spread. It was like, oh, my God. And then the Beckhams, everybody was so excited about the Rotero, and the Beckhams were just fantastic looking. It was made by Beckham, so, like, of course that's going to sell. But I think with the Obsidian Strike, the newness was gone, and it's a really boring boot.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. Like, it's black, it has silver stripes, it has a silver tongue. Like, wow, cool. I think if they would have inversed it, done a silver boot with black stripes, still the red outlines, but black stripes and a black tongue, I think it would have sold out. I genuinely think that. I just think it's a boring black boot.
I think it would have done better, for sure. I feel like they've really tried to, like, dive into their target audience being, like, the older Pred heads that wanted leather. And to be completely honest, I don't think that was the right move. I don't think those are the right people to target. It was like target kids nowadays, be like, this is what a leather predator was and still is. I think would have been a much better story. And like Colby and I ranted about it last week. It should have been the Teamgeist.
I think it should have been the Moments.
Well, either one, honestly. Either one had a story.
Yeah.
I think the Teamgeist just made them. Honestly, it should have been both. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Scrap the Obsidian Strike. Scrap whatever the hell this is going to be. Yeah. It should have been spread those two out. Those are the two leather preds of this year.
Yeah.
Because then it's the same as last year. It's like the first one is a throwback with a ball. That's what the Teamgeist was. Mm-hmm. That's what the Rotera was. And then the second one would have been like something with a story to it, you know, like Beckham with his logo and, you know, all that stuff, and like releasing his own boot. And then Teamgeist is like, you know, this is like our moment, or not the Teamgeist, the moment's like, this is like highlighting the history of the Predator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Or even, and honestly, too, I think with the Obsidian Strike, too, is like when it came out was weird. And also, it came out with the pink Beckhams. And I think at that moment, that boot took all the thunder. Like, you know me, I bought both. I was in that crowd that bought both. And I will not put these pink Beckhams down. Like, I wore the Obsidian Strikes the other night. They were fantastic. Like, I love the way they feel. But I'm like, but I had a bad game, so I retired them. But I'm just like, they're so boring. Like, they're just a boring boot to look down at.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it really boils down to. So, to answer your question, I think that the black copper colorway can be cool. I just think with it being a black boot, it's going to be like, who cares?
I agree. I really hope, like, it sucks to say this because I want more leather preds and I want it to continue. But also, I hope this boot does really bad. Because I just want them to be like, give us something that's not whatever the hell this is. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want this again, but we still want the leather pred. I think they know that at this point.
Yeah. They would have to.
Yeah. But the Obsidian Strike not selling well doesn't bode well for it. Honestly, if you still want a leather pred by the time this comes out, honestly, just get a Obsidian Strike. You could probably still find the Obsidian Strikes.
Yeah.
And they're probably half off.
I will be interested to see with the 26, because like if we took, like, let's say we take the three colorways at launch, right? We got the black one we talked about, the white and red, the gunmetal. You could do the gunmetal or the black and red, and that be the leather pair. You have three launch colorways essentially. Pick one of those, make that the leather one, and I would say those two just because they kind of pull back in that old crowd. But I don't know how a leather upper will work with the new elements. So until we get those elements and see what they are, you may be like, oh, this is going to be perfect on top of leather. And then Adidas may be like, we physically cannot make that yet. Like, we don't know how to do that. Yeah.
And I wonder if this particular upper is going to change the way they do the leather pred moving forward if they do it.
Could be, yeah.
Because, kind of like we were pointing out at the beginning of the pod, with those two different materials that we're now seeing, what if they keep, let's say, we'll reference the white and red pair. What if they keep that white area as whatever that synthetic is?
Yeah.
They use the, what do they call the leather? It's
fusion skin.
Fusion skin. Use fusion skin to mesh it with leather, and then the whole red part would be where the leather goes.
Yeah.
Because that would kind of remind me of like a, oh my god, what Predator is that? Power Swerve almost.
Yeah. Or they could do it like where they did. No, you're thinking of Pulse, where it was this.
Oh yeah, you know, yep.
Yeah, I was saying they could do it like that, or vice versa. They could do the leather on the sides, which I don't think would excite people all that much. But you would have softer sides, so it could be more accommodating. Like, who knows? Like, this is a generation. Again, we talked about it early on. I think we can repeat it now. You guys talked about it last week. Like, this is the boot to get excited about. I think as
for
of
sure.
now. You know, obviously we don't have them in hand. But I think, like, this is the first time since going from, the accuracy to the 24 where it's like, yo, this is really different. Like, really different.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think we've had such a dead kind of few months with boots. And I think it's finally coming, to a point where we're finally going to get some exciting stuff again. Like, we're getting the Pred at the end of the month. We just got the King. The Tiempo's on the horizon. And we're getting a new F50 next year.
Yep. And we'll probably get a new Alpha as well.
Yes, which is, quicker than I think any of us expected.
Yeah. and probably a new Vapor. So I think it's a World Cup year.
It is a World Cup year.
Tend to be the most exciting because last World Cup, before we sign off, that was when the Alpha 1 came out.
Yep.
We got the
That's
GX,
crazy.
The GX 1 came out. You know, we had a couple of the Tiempo MI had come out right before it. But still, the Tiempo MI was out. There was a lot of really exciting things that came out in that World Cup, and I think that this one is really going to probably be no different.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Burns_Boots on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
You can find me at Texas Cleat Collector on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find us at Bootcast Pod. You can find Colby at Kicking It with Colbs on Instagram, as well as the Wash Bros website. We'll link it below. Yeah. And then, guys, go down, like the video, and while you're down there, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bells. Tell us what boots you're excited for 2026. Are you most excited for the Scudetta AG plate? Are you excited for the new Preds? And yeah, let us know. And we will be back soon. It's almost the end of the year, so we'll probably do top 5, top 10 boots of the year. And until next week, guys, peace.